I'd like to just add on to that answer. So, for a doctor, you would support an intervention where there's a need. All right. So very early on in the pandemic, Professor John Ioannidis actually published the infection fatality rate for this illness, and for basically anyone less than 70, the risk of dying is 0.05%. So it would have to be a stratified response according to people's age group, their individual health. And you have to, and as an author in the first peer-reviewed data that actually looked at the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine data, one thing I want to actually emphasize: at no point during the trial was the intervention life-saving. If you align the deaths along as they occurred along the timeline, at no point in this trial was this intervention life-saving. So we can talk about vaccination as an esoteric, but ultimately every doctor should have been allowed to treat the patient in front of them to the best of their ability, and because it's a pandemic situation, with the best. The data is evolving. All doctors should not have had the unprecedented fear and coercion that was put on the medical profession in COVID. That is unforgivable. It has cost lives and it has damaged the medical profession.
I think there would be other doctors that would refute whether or not your assertion that the vaccinations help save lives, but I'm not a medical practitioner, so I will leave that to others.
I'm only speaking to the original Pfizer trial data. And as I said, on the original Pfizer trial data, on publicly available documentation, if you line up the deaths that occurred in the trial along the 6-month period, at no point was the intervention life-saving.